Hi there, welcome. Happy Find You Fridays. Happy days. How are you all? Oh my goodness. Isn't the weather just amazing? We have gone from all the things, haven't we? We've gone through all the things, especially here in South Australia this week only. We have had rain, we have had sun, we have had cold, we have had wind, we have in some places had hail, and then we've had bright and sunny days today. Like this afternoon when I was coming home from my reno work, it was 34 degrees. Can you believe it? Hi, Jenny. How are you, lovely? Hi, Debbie. Welcome. Thank you for joining me from around the world, actually, with you two in the mix today. We've gone worldwide. Hi, Melinda. Hello. Alrighty, I think I shared that correctly over to my page. Let's just double check. Yes, beautiful. We are there. Fantastic. And of course, oops, if you would like to do a little donation for extended reading, you can of course do that through either the PayPal link, which I'm about to put in the chat. There we go, the PayPal one. And for those of you who don't like to use PayPal, that's totally fine. We can accommodate you too with the Square one. Happy days. Both are totally cool by me. All right. Isn't that amazing? How cool is it that we can be so flexible these days to have different options for you all? And of course, both links are all in the show notes above, around wherever it shows up. I think it's below. Oh, hi, Mila. How are you, sweet pea? So how did you all go? How did you go with the homework? Do we remember what it was, the home play? Or should I say moon play? How did you all go? Did you take notice of what your energy levels were like between Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today? Did you take notice? Did you write it down? Did you just memory note it? Did you have a look at what that was for you? Take a bit more notice. Hi, Sam. Yeah, so we had the new moon last night. And for me this week, I have felt a great deal of change, but at the same time, a beautiful settling down of energies. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Mel. I adore you. That was the ding dong of somebody paying, the beautiful Mel popping through a payment, for tonight to receive her extended reading. So she's on the books already. Love it. Love it. So let's see. So since you've been cranky, but before you were better and lighter, awesome. Nice to know that you took notice, Jenny. Yeah, it's interesting to see how we all react to the new moon and to the full moon. I know for my partner, it certainly has given him some very weird and wacky dreams. We've had some very interesting moments over the last couple of nights, and it wasn't till this morning when I went, oh, that's right, we had the new moon happening. But you don't really necessarily think about the moon and where she's at when your partner's, trying to search you for God knows what in the middle of the night. So let's see. Today I felt much more really settled, calm within myself. So yeah, Yeah, you had strong dreams too. Yeah, I know that I had some, not last night, but the night before. So what was that, Wednesday night? I definitely had a whole bunch of weird and wacky dreams. I couldn't really tell you what they were about or anything, but my granddad popped up in one of them. I remember that much. And he was just, it was one of those dreams where I remember waking up thinking, oh, that was my granddad. Yay. And even during the dream, I was like, oh, it's granddad. And then it was just sort of like I was in awe of him being in my dreams, you know, and I was just so happy to see him there. And that was about all that I can really remember. But I remember waking up feeling very calm and very happy and just thrilled to have him there. So how's it get any better than that? All right. Just bring that ringtone down a little bit. So let's have a look at a general reading. I'd love to know if anybody else sort of can think back over the last, say, 3 days and think about where your energy levels were like, what your emotional state was like, and just pop it in the chat. You know, I'd love to know how you guys fared over this last week. I've had a very, very busy week, and I actually felt I was okay with it. However, let me think, what day did I do the lawns? That would have been Wednesday. I was tired. I was really, really tired, and I ended up having an afternoon nap, but that tiredness usually comes around the full moon for me, not the new moon. So yeah, because normally with the new moon, I don't really feel the tiredness so much, but certainly I was tired Wednesday. All right, let's have a look at a general reading for the next week for everybody. How can you best manage through these energies of the next week? There is one card that's popped out already, which is from the Sacred Cycles Oracle. So when I asked that question earlier, but we'll just do an extra piece of a reading for you all. All right. Just while we're doing this and while I'm bringing out these cards for us, I'd like you to just take a couple of deep breaths. Just pause what you're doing right now and close your eyes if you can. If you're driving, please don't. I assume everybody's not driving, that you're at home or wherever. And just pause and take some deep breaths right down to the bottom of your belly. And even imagine breathing all the way down to your lower back, right down to your hips, your low, like where your tailbone is. Just imagine taking a breath all the way down to your tailbone. And then slowly let it back out again. And another big deep breath in, please, everybody. All the way down to your tailbone. Just really letting those diaphragms expand in and out. Oh dear. Hi, Brooke. Well, some of these new fandangle cars, they're pretty amazing. Here we go. Cool. All right. Just expand out your awareness, my friends. Expand it out beyond the room that you're in, beyond the building you're in. Expanding out in a nice big bubble, your awareness, up into the sky and down into the earth, expanding out your awareness, out beyond the size of the city or the town that you're in. And now expanding out beyond the size of the country that you're in, expanding out your awareness out beyond the size of the planet. And just perceive as everybody's expanding out, you can actually feel everybody else in in this group right now, you can actually perceive their energies. It feels like a funny little tickle. It does to me anyway. It feels like little feather light tickles as we all join and move out to that same space of awareness. Now expanding out your awareness out beyond the size of the solar system. You feel everybody just moving out together, expanding out. Hi, Lara. Expanding out your awareness out beyond the size of the galaxies, and now beyond the size of the universes. And now expanding out your awareness out beyond wherever you've been before. For those of you who've done work with me, you'll be able to go a lot further. Beautiful. And now grabbing your sense of allowance within your body and expanding that out to the size of the room, expanding out your sense of allowance to the size of the building, and now out to the size of the planet, expanding out your allowance, remembering your allowance is being able to see everything and everyone from no point of view. There's no judgment. You just see it for what it is, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the awesome. You just see it as it is without any emotional attachment whatsoever. Expanding out beyond the size of the solar system and the galaxies. Expanding out your allowance beyond the size of the universes. And now expanding out your allowance out beyond the size of your awareness, please. Take a big, deep breath in. And out. And a big breath in. And out. And as you breathe in this time, I'd like you to bringing that Mother Earth energy all the way up through your body, through to the crown of your head. And as you breathe out, allowing the Father Sky energy to move down from the crown all the way down through to your fingers and your toes. That's it. Well done. What we've just done there is we've just expanded you out so that you can have a much calmer, more relaxed Friday evening or Friday morning, depending on where you're tuning in from around the world, and to allow yourself the space to just enjoy this next little hour, hour and a half, however long we play. Beautiful. So interestingly, I'm actually going to start with the card from the Sacred Cycles, and this is the one that is uterus. Okay, isn't that a beautiful card? Okay, so of course we have every single one of us at the beginning of our embodiment this time started in the uterus. Okay, every single one of us. They haven't quite developed the technology yet to make us all test tube babies right through to birth. You know, we've got to come through a uterus at some point. So this is all about creation and nurturing. Okay, so for the next 7 days, this card is inviting us to ask the question of where do we require more nurturing? Okay, so it's actually part of your journal prompt for this next week is, where do I require more nurturing in my life? And within that, look at how you can provide that for yourself. Because so often, you know, we are so busy nurturing everybody else and everything else, whether it be our business or our work or the kids and their sports teams or whatever it is, or our friends or extended family or whatever it is. We're so busy fixing, like pushing through to everybody else that we forget to nurture ourselves. So I'd just like to invite you to have a look at where it is that you require more nurturing of you, and how you can provide that for yourself. Okay. Because the next card that we've got is healing away addictions. Okay. And so this is, of course, it's time to let go of any behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desire. So what is your heart's desire? What is the thing that really makes you sing and sparkle and shine and make you feel like, yes, I'm getting up in the morning for that? What is that? And what is preventing you from achieving that and receiving that? Okay. So I'd like to just invite you to have a look at what are you addicted to, whether that, and that, as it says there, behaviors as well. Is it because you're spending too much time on the old Jimadodgit, social medias, or, whatever it might be for you? Are you spending too much money on online shopping? Are you eating too much, or drinking, or smoking, or, are you watching too much Netflix? Are these the things that are actually stopping you from achieving and receiving the things that you truly desire to have in the world? There's a great quote that I heard from a group that I'm in. You are either on the field participating or you're spectating. So what are you doing in your life? Are you participating or are you spectating? It's up to you. Okay. The next card that we've got here is the mediumship card. So this is for the next 7 days. So this is about connecting with your loved ones. Okay, so when I read this one as a general reading for everybody, I see that as being, this is a time that your spirit team is going to be around you quite closely, and that you're going to have the ability to check in with them and talk with them and enjoy being with them and have them around you. You can ask them for support while you're letting go of some of these behaviors or addictions. You can ask them for support with the nurturing. And you don't need to know who they are. You can just ask them and they're there, okay? You can do processes which will help you to find out who they are. But if you don't know them specifically, it doesn't matter. They're there for you anyway, okay? So over the next 7 days, it's about nurturing you and allowing those around you to nurture you as well. So often we get to a point where we're like, no, it's okay. I got it. Somebody offers to do something for you. No, it's okay. I got it. This next 7 days, say yes. When somebody asks to assist you, say yes. When somebody says, I'll go and do that for you, say, okay, thank you. You don't have to do everything yourself. Okay. The next one we've got is the God box has come up. Okay. So what are you worried about? What are you stressing about? What are you allowing yourself to go into monkey mind about? Okay. Because all those things that you're worrying and stressing and judging and fretting over are all things that are stopping you from nurturing you. They're stopping you from achieving that life that you truly desire. They're stopping you from being in your heart space. So it's time to let all those things go. And this is part of the nurturing too. It's about allowing yourself to let those things go. So do whatever process works for you, whether it be, doing a big, huge bottom of the belly, raw type scream, or whether it be writing it down and popping it in a special box and wishing it up to God or to the angels or whatever, whether it be you write it down and you burn it or wash it or whatever. It's up to you, but it's time to let it go. Writing things down is actually a really powerful way of taking all that stuff out of your brain and plopping it somewhere else for safekeeping. Okay. Excellent, Sam. Excellent. She said she was releasing her addictions last night on the new moon. She's feeling good today, clean and more in control of herself. Cool. You're welcome. You're welcome. And yeah, swamping. So good. So good. And again, so along with that mediumship card, we've got, have you asked your angels for help with this? Okay, so your angels in this case are also your spirit team, or if you believe that you have angels, archangels and things around you, ask them for help with your nurturing as well. Okay, they are all there to help you. Okay, they will not intervene in your free will choices, but they will absolutely assist you in whatever you choose to ask for. Okay, this next card, second to last card, is the vegetarian vegan card. Okay, so the vegetarian vegan card is all about eating lots more fresh fruit and veggies. Okay, so perhaps we've overindulged in the last week or month or so in a lot of wheat and breads and fats and things like that, meat and things. This next 7 days, look at doing a cleanse, perhaps. Look at doing a fruit and veggie diet for most of your meals. For some of us, this isn't a hard one because you're already vegetarian. But for others of us, maybe it's a chance, a little reminder just to go a bit clean and green for a little bit. 7 days. That's not hard. And this is a beautiful time to be, on the fruit and veggie train because there's lots of really nice, yummy stuff coming through right now. We've got the stone fruit coming through. It's one of my favorites. We've got a lot of fruit and veggies growing and popping out of the gardens now. So good. So good. Fresh fruit and veggies. Fresh veggies. Yes. Yes. Oh, what's your favorite fruit or veggie? Pop it in the chat below. Okay. I'd love to know. What is your favorite? And let's have a look and see what the yummy card is for the next week. Pineapple. I'm not giving up chips. Oh, technically that's a vegetable. Oh dear. Ripe organic peaches. Spinach, onion, and chili. Yum. I do enjoy pineapple. My favorite fruit is, it's a real toss-up between mango and like fresh, proper mango and nectarines. They're actually two of my favorites, especially for this time of year. And my favorite vegetable is always going to be potatoes. Potatoes and pumpkins are absolutely my favorite. But at this time of year, when we start getting the snow peas and the sugar snap peas and all of that through, just being able to have them fresh off the vine, and it's just like, yum, definitely. Peaches and apricots I actually find really hard because of the fuzzy. I don't like the fuzzy in my mouth. Oh, I'm so jealous, Jenny. You got mangoes. Okay, cool. So for the next week, we've got forgiveness as our other nurturing card, okay? So who or what do you require to forgive so that you can nurture yourself to an even fuller extent? That is pure peaches. Yeah, but I get too impatient for that. One thing that sorry, I better finish that thought. So who or what do you require to forgive over the next 7 days that will help to nurture yourself. So I hope that helps everybody. The next 7 days, be very nurturing to yourself. Remember, we're all coming from that beautiful womb space, and it's time for us to just really be soft and gentle with ourselves over the next 7 days. Ask your spirit team for help. Enjoy being in this beautiful body that you're in. Get out there and pick some songs. I actually picked up this really amazing goddess journal that on the weekend, and I've started filling it out already for next year. And the goddess that I've chosen to work with me for the first 3 months of the year is Kuan Yin, and we're going to be working with the color of pink. And so part of what I had to do was to find 3 songs that I could use as like my pump up, kind of like remind me of the pink side of things, like, and just get me going in the pink. And pink's been very, very up in my world for probably a year. Pink and rose colors, more than a year now, nearly 2 years, I would say. So it's nice that it's still going to continue. That was just sort of what sparkled for me, and we'll see how we go with that. But I'm really looking forward to being able to dive more into Kuan Yin energy and just enjoy that. So I was actually listening to the songs before I popped on the show tonight, and it's it kind of got me a little bit distracted, if I'm to be honest. That's why I was a little bit like, alrighty. Okay, Miss Melinda, are you still floating around, darling? Rose hip with hibiscus is the tea that I'm drinking, in case you're curious. All right. So you wanted to know some more stuff about worky type things. So let's have a look, hey? The first question I'm going to ask you is, Truth, do you actually really require do you really wish to have a job? Or are you actually really happy just doing what you're doing? And okay, cool. I know it's a bit tricky when I go and ask 2 questions at the same time. Too fussy. So if you do truly would like to have a job, shall we have a look and see what's preventing that from showing up in your world? Yeah. Okay. So let's have a look and see what's preventing a job that works for you from showing up. And Brooke, was your lovely donation, is that for you, honey, or is that a pay it forward, darling? Because I haven't actually literally logged into my PayPal. Shocking, I know. Shocking. So let's do that now. Oh, it actually let me in straight away. That was nice of it. Okay, cool. I got you. Okay. I'll have a play with Melinda first, and then we'll see what you get. gracious. Now the cards are jumping. I haven't got my inner cigar book close by. All right. Okay, cool. Melinda, have you got Ina Segal's book? Okay. Honey, you also need to have a look at Spleen. I don't know if you've got the new one or the old one. So that's the new one. Okay, the secret language of your body. Cool. So have a look at Spleen, okay? And start working on some of that stuff. I'm not going to say that out here necessarily. But yeah, my body is saying spleen is where it's at right now. So we've got here, I've worked with the tarot for you to look at what is blocking you, okay? So even if we have a look at the spleen stuff, right, which is on the new book, the 111, okay? What page number? 111, okay? All right. So let's work those two things in together. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune that's come up for you. So it's sort of like it's like you're just sitting there watching the wheel go round and round and round and round and round, and you're not actively participating. It's like you're disconnected from your own energies. You're disconnected from your own space of feeling like you could actually be creating your life. It's like you're disconnected from actively participating. Okay. So I'm sort of bringing in the Ina Segal stuff as well as what's happening within this card spread. Okay. So it's like, it's time for you to stop like just sitting back and watching and waiting. It's time for you to start actively participating. All right. And to do that, because I get that you're like holding your money really super tight. Okay. We've got the 4 of Pentacles coming up. So let's see if we can get the lights the right way. There we go. 4 of Pentacles has come up. So as you can see, it's like you're up in your head about the money. You're holding onto it really tight, and you're standing on it to make sure it doesn't go too fast. So you're in this like poverty consciousness space at the moment, and it's like that's it's a real disconnect from your feminine. It's a disconnect from the space of being truly you. It's a disconnect from your spirit team. You're pushing everything away that's going to help you to move forward. Okay. So there's got to be some nice deep work, some energetic work. The next card that we've got, oh my Lord, is the Devil, but we're actually inverted. Okay, so if we put that up the right way, for the people who don't know tarot, this is not that scary card, but if you have a look at the chains around their neck, all right, they're actually loose enough that they could literally pop them off their heads. It's not that tight. So you're believing that you're tied up, that your destiny is in the hands of other people, but it's not. All right, you're blocking yourself from shaking off those chains. And so yeah, so there's an element of fearfulness, of being frozen and angry and frustrated, right? So it's like that's those anger and frustration and all those sorts of sharper energies, quite often related to the fiery energy of the devil. Okay, so it's now time to take all of that anger and the frustration and all of that fiery energy, and instead of turning it inward and allowing it to stop you, bring it back around and allow it to put a fire under your butt to get you moving forward. Allow it to empower you rather than holding you back and burning you out from the inside out. Okay, it's time to stop all of that. You got to choose you. Okay, you got to choose what actually lights you up, what makes you feel good, what makes you feel amazing, and what jobs have you done in the past that have made you feel so fucking good, that have made you feel like, yeah, I'm ready to do that. You know, the work that I'll be starting next week is not for everybody, right? But it's something that lights me up. It's something that a lot of people go, "Ooh, really? You want to do that?" Okay. But it works for me. So it's time for you to start looking and asking, what is it that I truly wish to do? And start reaching out to businesses. Don't wait to see if they've got any like job applications in the Seek or whatever. Right? Start reaching out to businesses. Explain to them, hey, you know, I'm really interested in this particular area. Do you have this is my sort of skill set. These are my experiences, blah, blah, blah. Do you have anything going? And be prepared for them to say no. But it's okay if they say no. Keep asking. All right? A lot of jobs here are found not by any formal application process. So you have to look at what actually works for you. Is it retail? Is it, factory work? Is it something else? Is it working with people in their homes? Is it, have a look and ask yourself, truly, what is it that lights you up and makes you feel really good? Even after a really super hard day? Is it working outside in the gardens? Is it working, I don't know, is it driving? There's so many different options out there these days. Okay. The next card that we've got is the Three of Pentacles. Okay. And so this is about, to me, when I look at this, what is preventing you from finding your work, your next job, is about it's almost like what's coming through is that you're so busy looking at the wall, you're not seeing these people out here that are ready and willing to give you more work. You're so busy looking at what was that you're not seeing what is truly possible. Okay, it's time for you to let go of the old stuff and start looking forward to what is new for you. All right, so that's what's stopping you. These are the things that are stopping you. As we know, tarot is beautiful because it always gives you the chance to see the possible solutions. And this last card is an interesting one to pop up for this particular question, because it's not so much about It's not so much about what's stopping you, it's about what are you not being willing to see, because we got the Ace of Wands. Okay, so there is a truck ton of possibilities out there for you if you're willing to take them in your hand and run with it. There is something out there, many things actually out there, that are ready for you, that will encourage you to have some spiritual growth, that'll encourage you to, be really super happy and moving forward and feeling empowered in your life. This is like the encouragement card that's coming through right at the end. Okay, so there is something there for you. Absolutely there is. But it takes you pushing out through that cloud of possibilities and going, yes, that one is for me. And taking it with both hands and having your energy flowing through that. Okay, I get it. I get that, I get the frustration of not having the money. I get it. So figure out what it is that you can do that will bring you some money. All right, maybe something that will work in with your volunteer work. That's always a possibility too. All right. Small job can lead to something great. Yeah, absolutely. So when I first came to Australia and I retrained in my Cert 3 in children's services, so I was working in childcare centres, after I'd finished my Cert 3 and all my practicum hours and bookwork and everything, I literally stayed on at the childcare centre for a month and a half voluntarily. I was travelling by bus from Ottawa, so that's in Port Adelaide, all the way over to Campbelltown, which is on the other side of the city. And I did that 4 days a week. I just rocked up 4 days a week, said, hey, I'm here. And I helped out wherever they required help. And I did it totally voluntarily until I got a job. They knew I was coming, of course. So I cleared it with the director and all of that. And I was just like, she'd sort of said to me, come the new year, there'll definitely be a job here. But, and I said, oh, cool. Can I keep coming until then? She goes, yes, of course. Right. So like Brooke said, something small can lead on to something really great. The fact that you've been doing this voluntary work, that gives you a whole range of new attributes that you can then have as a wonderful jump platform forward into doing something else. Okay. So let's have a look at your yummy card. Yeah, definitely have a look at that spleen and do the process through that, okay? All right. So your yummy card is light spirit. Yeah. You're way too dense. And I don't mean up in the mind. I mean energetically. So it really truly is time for you to get some energy work done as well. Okay, do some swaps with some friends. Get some energy work done because you got a lot of blocked energy coming through there. Okay, so just it's time for that too. It's the nurturing of you and your body. So that first reading that we had today, allow your body to feel that nurturing, and to do that you might actually require a little bit of help from some other beautiful beings that are going to nurture your body in a way that will help you to move some of those blocks out of the way. Alrighty, sweet pea. I hope that helps. Yeah, see what Brooke's going on? So he did some gardening for someone, and now he's got maintenance work going, and then freelance jobs, more that he can handle, and he picks his own days. I know that you're really great with customers, and I know that you have that kind of personality where customer service and that sort of thing is right up your alley, and working in a team and all that sort of stuff. So start having think, and ask your team. That's what was coming through in that initial reading as well, is that ask your team for some help. Ask them to show you, and be really finely tuned and aware of what will light you up. Look at what it is and start asking around. Ask around the people that you do your voluntary work with. Hey, do you know of anything that would be up this alley? Because that's another thing that happens here in Adelaide a lot, is, word of mouth. A lot of people get jobs through word of mouth. That's it. All right. You're very, very welcome, honey bun. Very welcome. All right, book. Oh, dear. I love reading. Really? You're funny. All right. What would you like to know, Brooke, about love reading? Yeah, with the job thing, even for the last 12 months, it started out with me saying to my ex-husband, hey, would you like me to come along, once a week and keep moving on the renovations of your house? Because things haven't moved much in the last year. So in the last 5 years. So it started there. Next thing you know, I've got work happening with his mum, and then with the family friend, and then there's lawn mowing, and it's kept me ticking over for the last 12 months, as well as the beautiful people getting readings and sessions and stuff like that with me as well. So it's just put yourself out there, pretty much. Just go over the clock's reading. All right. Let me see. What's for dinner tonight, Brooke? Brooke, I've got that you still required to do some healing around this area for yourself, okay? There's still there's still some hurt spaces happening for you, and you sort of squashed them down by getting really busy. But for you to be able to welcome in a new lovely lady, you're going to have to deal with this heart hurt stuff, okay? It's not even the heart hurt stuff, it's the mind stuff. It's the mind hurt stuff, okay? Yeah, there's some mental shenanigans going on. And it's not so much that you're up in your head about it, it's more that there is some it's almost like things that have happened in the past has created some blocks for you, and it's just kind of like it almost feels like it's too dangerous. It's like your brain is telling you it's too dangerous to do anything right now, and it's too dangerous to go. So it's trying to keep you safe by keeping the love stuff away from you, by keeping another intimate relationship away. That's sort of what's happening. Like, this is what I'm feeling through here, because it's also hitting the form and structure bar, and it's also hitting my healing bar. So I'm just like, okay. Having a look at the cards so far, it's saying that you have done a lot of work around your older relationships and dealing with a lot of the hurt that's sitting there. And that you will meet someone who is going to show you great leadership, like as in, I get it's someone who will actually empower you to keep moving forward with, you know, your business, with your life, with all of that sort of stuff. They will come along. I can't see when. I don't do that sort of reading, you know that. But these are qualities that are trying to come out in you. And it's like they're going to help move you forward in that. Whether it's a romantic relationship or just a friendship or something like that, I'm not entirely sure. But there is somebody who's going to come along. It's an interesting, that the next few cards are kind of interesting. So it says to do not attempt to safeguard the current situation, for it will be disrupted. Okay. And instead try to honestly face what is before you. So maybe there's something that's going to come up in the next little while that's going to throw everything into a little bit of disarray or chaos or something. I don't know what that is, obviously. The cards aren't that specific, but it's like, just be in that space of just, you know, like at the start of the show where we were breathing and we're expanding out, and just allow your allowance to grow bigger than your awareness. Try not to go into defense mode so much. It's just be in the space of absolute presence and be calm and be honest with yourself, be honest with whatever. Okay. So just be aware of that. The next thing that it says is to be open to your feelings, look inside yourself and allow your feelings that you have been hiding to emerge. So again, it's coming out with this whole healing in the form and structure bars, right? So it's like, this is that time of allowing you to say, look, if you desire to have a lovely next most compatible relationship, you've got to do this work. And you've got to allow those feelings that are being pushed down low to come up and out. Because until you do that, you're not going to be able to move forward, and you're not going to be able to welcome in this next lovely person, because they're here and you're holding yourself back down here, right? Not to go into levels or whatever, but it's like, until you've done that work, all you're going to do is bring in somebody who's going to reflect where you're at right now. So if you wish to have that big, beautiful, awesome, amazing type of relationship with someone, you've got to do that work for yourself. And I know you've done a lot already, but for you to have that level of relationship with someone who is empowering and supportive and encouraging, and is not going to mollycoddle you, is going to encourage you to do for you and go, yeah, wow, and so like be your cheer team as well as kick you up the ass when you require it. You got to be able to do that for yourself, and you got to be able to look at those really deep emotions, those dark, those ones. Okay. So so that's going to require you to keep diving real deep. All right. The next card we got was the Chariot, and it was inverted. So as you know, the Chariot is all about moving forward. It's about giving yourself the support to move forward. So again, you're stopping yourself. You're stopping yourself from moving forward in this particular area. Okay. Yeah. Got to stand up for yourself. If you see, this lovely man is actually standing up in his chariot, right? Let's see. But you're on your head. And you're sort of letting circumstances around you to overwhelm you rather than being the leader and moving forward of your own accord. The next card that we got is the Death card. Okay, so this is going to require, for you to be able to bring in this next most lovely person for you, it's going to require you to shift and change out of some behaviors and some attitudes and some points of views that are no longer serving. They will not mesh with this new person. So you're going to have to go through some little deaths. You're going to have to be letting go of some shit that's not good for you. You're going to have to strip it right back. And it doesn't mean go into depression or anything like that. It's just going to be a case of like, you've just got to move away from those things that, and like, when you look at that life, of the energy of the life that you truly desire, and you look at how that feels, look at how what the things you're choosing, and it could even be as simple as what card decks, what incense, what food, what people, anything. Have a look. Truth, does this match the energy of the life that I truly desire? Okay. I am keeping an eye on you in the chat. Okay. So start looking at those and check them off. Does having all of these things around me match the energy of the life that I truly desire? You know, if you wish to have a beautiful healing room, then you've got to look at how does it feel when you walk into that room, and then look at it. How does it feel as a client walking into that room? And if you from the client's point of view walk into that room and see things that sort of don't seem to fit in there, move them. Okay. The next card that we've got for you, my friend, is Judgment. Okay. So with this card, I'm getting that you're still in a lot of judgment. You're in judgment about yourself. You're perceiving judgment from others. And that's also stopping you from moving forward. Okay. So it's time to let go of the judgment. It's time to let go of the judgment of you. It's time to let go of the judgment of your body. It's time to let go of the judgment of your past choices and actions and behaviors and addictions and relationships and everything. It's time to let it go and stop holding it so close to you, because it's hurting you right now, and it's stopping you it's stopping you from allowing that beautiful person to come through, because she won't come through if all she can feel from you is judgment all the time, even if it's only judgment directed towards yourself. Because it's like, if you're doing that to yourself, then what are you going to be doing to her? If you can, and this is true for anybody who's listening and watching this right now, this sacred vessel, if we sit there and judge that so viciously all the time, our most loving people around us will feel that, and go, well, if she can judge that most beautiful, amazing, sparkly, incredible thing so harshly, what is she doing to me? And it puts up blocks. Okay? So drop that judgment, forgive yourself, spend the next 7 days nurturing yourself, like we said at the start of the show. Remove that judgment, remove that space of all that negativity. Use it as a moment of going, oh, shit, I just judged myself. Even if you do something like you make a mistake and you go, like some of the things that pop out of my mouth occasionally, oh, you dumb fuck. Why the hell did you do that, you nimwit? Right? Stop. Oh, so sorry. Because you wouldn't say that to somebody else. Why would you say that about yourself? You go, I'm sorry. I love you. I'm grateful for you. Thank you so much for showing me that. Now, how can we move forward? What's the best way to move forward from here? Let's try not to make that same mistake again. Okay? Flip it around very, very quickly. Turn it into gratitude. Okay? Now we've got one more card for you, my friend. That would be the card of the yummies. The card of the yummies. All right. The card of the yummies. Let's have a look. Grace. So when I see that card for you, I see there's a, the word that keeps coming into my head is elegance. So it's time for you to get more elegant in your approach. Okay? So it's like that softness, that gentleness of your feminine side. Allow that to come out more. Balance it out between your masculine and your feminine. Okay? And that will help you move forward in this area. Okie dokie. Hope that helps, my friend. Yeah, patterns. Watch for those patterns. Definitely, definitely. Super important. Alrighty. Fabuloso. Thank you very much, my friends. All right. So, if anybody else would like an extended reading, you can feel free to pop through a little donation through to either the PayPal or the Square links. They're in the show notes. They are at the top of the chat. I know it's not always easy to find that. So the PayPal.me, Lorraine Hughes, WWCG. It's always fun and games. All right. Just do an energy right there. And again, Brooke, do some energy swaps with people, okay? Keep doing them because you're going to require that too. Thank you, Brooke. What else is possible, huh? What else is possible? All right. Okie dokie, my lovelies. Aw, Sam. You're welcome. All right. My beautiful ones. Are we ready? Nah, you're not ready yet. How about I show you this little bit of shameless promotion first, hey? Oh, Brooke, thank you, sweetie. I appreciate you too. All right. I think we might be ready. I think we might be. Here we go. Yes, yes, yes. First number. Pick a number between 1 and 88, my friends. 1 and 88. Oh, my goodness. No. Pick a number. First number that pops into your heads. Not necessarily the first number not necessarily your favorite number, but definitely the first number that pops into your head. Oh, my Lord. Yay, I'm not a robot. Oh, Brooke, thank you, sweet pea. Thank you, thank you. 88, 63, 60. Which one? Brooke, first number that pops into your head. Not all three. Not your favorite number, just the first number that popped into your head, please. So while you think about that, I'm going to jump over. Oh, Lordy. I'm just going to do Sam first. Thank you, Brooke. All right, Sam for 23, we got Sweet M. You bring sunshine to my tears and laughter to my mouth. You are one of the few who will stay with my heart and memories forever. Sam, just check in to see if this is you. This is you and your beautiful hubby. Okay. It's time to jump forward, actually, and remember that sweetness and the softness that you truly be with each other. I know that things that are happening in your life and things are changing a lot right now, and that's all good. It's all good stuff, but don't forget the softness. Don't forget the sweetness. Don't forget the cute little smiles and I know you guys have been together for a long time, but this is asking you to remember those cute little soft in love moments. Okay. So just remember that you're one of the few who will stay with my heart and memory for always. Okay. So yeah. Drop into your feminine, drop into your softness with him. You can be a hard ass with your kids. That's fine. They require that right now. Alrighty, Brooke. We'll jump back to 88 for you. All right. So you got gratitude, the space between seconds. Stumbling through life, hear hints of awareness whisper, only to be discounted or made wrong. Hoping and wishing something else is possible, gleaning information, slowly gaining ground and pace, shaking off the shackles and the lies, creating a brand new existence where knowing and awareness pulse, seeing what is and what isn't with clarity, playing with choice and expansion, becoming more at ease, falling in love with true self, seeing the molecules, perceiving energy flows, receiving different beings, creating new possibilities, embracing the gratitude, flowing into and through the space between seconds. So, Brooke, what I'm getting here is, like, as you can see by that poem, it's about a journey. Okay, it's that journey from, like, what we would call the 3D into that space of consciousness and awareness, and it's like you're about halfway through this poem. Okay, with where you're at the moment, you're just sort of starting to play with those energies and seeing what's possible, and it's like it's gaining ground. You're slowly gaining a little bit more confidence and a little bit more trust with it, but it's like there's still a bit to go. Okay, so it's encouraging because you're certainly on your way. You're not back at the start, where you're stumbling through life anymore. You're certainly not there anymore. You've moved along through, but it's certainly time to keep moving forward. And to do that, you've just got to keep trusting in yourself and playing with the choice and expansion and becoming more at ease with the ebbs and the flows of those energies, okay? And taking those moments of acknowledgement of how far you've come, but also being really excited about what is to come in the future, okay? And being aware of, the expansiveness of the planet. Like, you've been doing so much with tapping into the earth, and I know you're doing a lot more breath work and stuff. Keep doing that, because that'll be that continues to be your bouncing point for further and further growth. Okay. Yeah, it is super exciting. And it's like, even for me, like, I still feel sometimes like I'm only halfway through that poem, even though I've written the whole poem. So yeah, certainly I have those moments where it's like, this poem is not just about a one path wonder. It's like it just keeps growing and shifting and changing and expanding all the time. So thank you for bringing that one through. That was beautiful. All right, anybody else out there wish to have a poem? Pick a number between 1 and 88 if you do. It's always exciting. Doesn't matter if you had a reading already. Jump on in. Swimming never stops. I think when we desire it to stop, it will, but that'll be when we die. It'll be at the point where we're like, ready, okay, I'm done now. I'm ready to move on from this earthly plane. And then we'll head on up, have our little life review, and then look at how far we did and what we achieved. And yeah. And so even then, you're absolutely 100% correct. It never, ever stops, but it might stop for this embodiment. So yeah, it's an interesting one. And it's like, if we knew how many steps and how many choices we would have to make when we were born to get to where we are now, I don't know that we would have chosen to keep going. But it's like, I look at where I've got to go in the future, and for me to get to, say, 80 something years old, 88, let's go for that. For me to get to 88, like, I've basically got to do all of my years all over again. So again, it's still like I'm at the beginning of the next phase, right? And yeah, and pod and pocket, all of that. All right. So it doesn't really stop until you do. Not for this embodiment, anyway. Oh, dear. Let's see. Okay, there's somebody out there that's requiring a poem. I had two numbers pop into my head. One was 15 and one was 12. So who out there is a 15 and who out there is a 12? Lurkers. If you pop up, you let me know. All right. Does anybody else require a little bit of a reading? Or shall we do always win in? I don't understand, Brooke. Always win in hard labor jobs. See, it's funny because the amount of times I've had some incredibly conscious awareness moments, like moments where I've just gone, oh my goodness, that so makes sense, or oh wow, I hadn't thought about it like that, or those sorts of things, is when I've been doing my renovation work, and it's just like something, and a piece of awareness just goes dunk 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 into my brain when I'm totally not thinking about it. So it's almost like when I'm doing my renovation work, I actually almost treat it like active meditation almost, if you can imagine that. So like when I can't listen to, say, Audible and listen to my books and things, I will because, you know, like today I was doing a lot of sanding with the sander and stuff like that. So it's like I couldn't listen to those. But in those moments when there's just other noise going on and I can't listen to things that are maybe a little bit more distracting or whatever, that's when those poof moments happen. So like today, for example, I had a message today to say that somebody who I had looked after a little bit for about 6 months has passed away yesterday, and her son messaged me to let me know. And it was really funny because the last couple of weeks she's been on my mind, and that family has been on my mind for the last couple of weeks. And so to then hear that she's passed away after having a couple of strokes, it was just like, so that's what that was about. So it's very interesting when we start paying attention to those awarenesses, how that sort of shapes up for us. Yeah. Very fascinating. Philosophical listen to on hard laboring. Yeah. Exactly. Like the amount of Audible books that I've powered through over the last 12 months, thanks to my reno jobs, when I'm, you know, able to listen to them when it's not so noisy. It's freaking amazing. And I'm looking forward to, like, I'm at the moment on the third book of A Discovery of Witches. And I'm absolutely loving that series. But it's really interesting because you can be listening to a series or a book like that, which is presumably totally fictional. But is it? Is there elements of it in there that is true? And I know I've had some really deep awarenesses for me around some of the elements that are in those books, and I'm just kind of going, wow, that's cool. But the book that I am looking forward to diving into after I've finished with the series is a book that's called Becoming One. Becoming the One by Shalana Ayana. So I'm looking forward to that, and she's actually narrated it herself. So really looking forward to diving into that one. That was a recommendation by Lily Hayes. So yay, looking forward to that. Yes. Yeah, absolutely, Brooke. Absolutely. Totally agree. Alrighty, my friends, if we've got no more paying it forwards, or rather contributions, some energy exchanges. All right. I think it might be an early night. Might be an early minute. So what have I got coming up? Tuesday, I have the amazing Carly Evans. Of course, we all know Carly. So she's finally managed to book in some time to come and chat with me on my Tasty Tuesdays show on Tuesday next week, 7 o'clock Adelaide time. And then, of course, I'll be back here on Friday. Happy days. And in the meantime, I hope you have an absolutely amazing week. Do something absolutely delicious and tasty for yourself over this next week. Be kind and nurturing to yourself. Ask your team for some assistance. And drop that judgment, people. Allow yourself to feel the softness of your feminine. Allow yourself to just be kind. Be kind to you, my beautiful friends, and be kind to each other. There's still a lot of pain and a lot of hurt and a lot of anger out there. So it's time to be in your heart space. You just never know what someone else's journey is. Okay? You don't know if somebody's just received some news that their grandma's died, or, maybe they've got a health diagnosis that they weren't expecting, and that's made them go a bit crazy on the road, or made them be a bit distracted at the supermarket, or whatever. So just be kind to each other out there. Be kind to yourself. Nurture yourself over the next 7 days. Be bold, be brave, and be you, my beautiful friends. Until next time, bye-bye.